With a powerful blow, the cooked beef bones are blown upon, instantly injecting the rich marrow into the boiling broth. This marrow then simmers alongside tomahawk steak and crisp vegetables for a full 8 hours, gradually transforming into a flavorful and nutritious beef soup. An Azerbaijani brother explains that the locals have a deep love for beef, but never chew on bones. So, he takes advantage of this by purchasing these discarded beef bones for just 80 cents per kilogram. With a sharp knife in hand, he carefully trims away the outer membranes, revealing the pristine white and reddish hues of the fresh bones, clearly from a recently slaughtered cow. Next, he uses a cutting machine to saw the prepared bones in half. For the particularly large bones, he first secures them in place before slicing evenly from bottom to top. Once the bones are cut at both ends, a simple push is all it takes to extract the marrow-rich sections, perfect for soup making. To eliminate any residual gamey smell, these beef bones are first placed in the oven and roasted for half an hour. Meanwhile, he tosses a few sprigs of rosemary onto the fire, allowing the herb's aroma to slowly infuse into every fiber of the bones. Once the roasting is complete, he carefully removes the bones, perfectly browned. Next, he places 2 whole beef ribs into the oven and repeats the same process. In reality, a simple sprinkle of fine salt during roasting, without any fancy spices, is enough to highlight the natural sweetness of the beef and marrow. A single bite is enough to amaze. Tender, juicy meat bursting with the rich umami of bone marrow. But this is not yet the pinnacle of the feast. He grabs an axe and methodically chops the ribs into segments, each about 8 to 9 centimeters long. All the chopped bone pieces are then tossed into a large stockpot, filled to the brim with fresh spring water, just enough to submerge the meat. The pot is set over an open flame, and a handful of salt is sprinkled in. As the beef slowly simmers to tenderness, the aroma wafts through the air, making it impossible to resist. Once the beef is fully cooked, he lifts the lid, releasing a fragrant steam. The tender beef is scooped out first, its enticing aroma alone enough to awaken the appetite. A small bite confirms its incredible taste, leaving one craving more. Attention then shifts to the now translucent beef bones. Carefully removing each one, he gently taps all sides with a tool or spoon, dislodging every last bit of marrow. For particularly stubborn pieces, a forceful blow helps push the marrow out. Meanwhile, the cooked beef undergoes a second round of preparation. It is sliced open and cut into small bite-sized cubes before being returned to the bubbling pot. A golden sheen of fat floats atop the broth, promising an incredibly rich taste. At this stage, softened carrots, onions, and potatoes, previously sautéed in butter, are added to the soup, along with finely chopped green vegetables. These ingredients continue to simmer with the beef and bones over high heat, allowing their flavors to meld for another 6 hours. From noon until evening, the ingredients slowly release their essence, intertwining harmoniously. The result? A pot of irresistibly rich and aromatic beef soup. Before serving, a dollop of sour cream is added. Its slight tang and smooth texture balance the richness of the broth, preventing the flavors from becoming overwhelming. For a complete meal, one can pair this soup with bread or thin pancakes. The sweet and tangy broth, combined with the hearty wheat aroma of the bread and the succulent beef, creates a deeply satisfying experience, one that is both robust and indulgent.